Know Yoga, Live Yoga. Chapter 3 Aims and Objective of Yoga. Today's scenario. Today, dilemma is that those who have do not know where to stop, and those who do not have don't understand from where to start. Swami Satyakarmananda, Elias Yogachari Sri Krishna Vevari, was addressing the gathering in one of his discourses. The words have appealed pinpointed today's scenario on individual and social level. Everyone is in need of something but cannot understand what exactly is needed. The decision making is becoming very difficult on the individual, family, social, national and international level. The base for this entire situation is greed and lure for more. Ye dil mange more has become a mantra of today's dissatisfactory world. One cannot get contented with what one has and is making entire lifestyle totally chaos. If we carefully analyze today's situation, we can easily recognize the problem and can analyze the reasons but cannot find a long lasting solution. It is so called the solution is always searched through some superficial ways. In fact, the real solution is inside one only, in a form of pure bliss or anand, which one is not able to recognize. What is the exact reason for this situation? The reply lies in the mentality of man. In search of bliss from outworldly means, which he feels can be bought with the help of money, the illusion between real joy and that gained through the monetary means is leading towards undirected search. An advancement made by men on the basis of science and technology has become lot of convening or convenience and comfort, but has kept him uncontented. The speed and power given by science has deprived mental peace. The more one goes in search of the peace with available external means, the more it runs away. Even the religion has proved its limitations to give the peace one wants to have. As a scenario we experience is absolutely pathetic. We are experiencing people divided on the basis of the religion, then getting untied. This is due to the non acceptability of other religions and ideology. The various leadership or their ideologies have failed to offer a long term solution as a leadership is based on the greed. They are made leaders, then accepted leaders. The moral value are deteriorating very fast. One more important aspect of more leaders and lesser follower is making the position of common man very awkward. The above situation has really led to a situation like passing through the dark tunnel with no light at the end. It is really so. If not, what is the way out? Yoga, a way of life. The two peculiarities of Indian culture, which can be treated as a gift to the whole world, are music and yoga. Dr. M.L. Garote has rightly pointed in one of the deliberation out of the music is an art. Out of this, music is an art and yoga is an art of living. Indian yoga science is the simplest way of enjoying the life with total contentment, bliss, vigor, and peace, which most of the people are unaware of. One one need not do anything deliberately to achieve the peace of mind and bliss. Peace of mind or bliss. Has yogic practice have all of them built in it. All what is required is to understand them and try to practice them and try to practice as per one's own capacity. What is so great in yoga which others other things do not have. All the yogic processes are meant for attending the balance of all level of existence of the practitioners. It has a sort of holistic approach which accompanies all the levels of the human existence. Various processes like asana, pranayam, kriya, shavasana, dhyan are or can give physical, mental, emotional stability. It slowly, it slowly but definitely changes our approach of looking towards the happening around us and our actual involvement in them. It reduces the overall stress, strain, and anxieties. The relationship between the practices and the result can be logically established and explained. Though they look like miracles, there are certain subjects, experiences of yoga sadhana which exist but are difficult to be proven through the modern science. Bearing some of such experiences, one gets a feeling of a general well being, which exactly is a missing link between the means and idea, means and the end. This feeling takes one on the path of searching the real bliss, which is beyond any outworldly means. The journey is self enlightened from small and simple experiences which one gets in yoga sadhana as one gets familiar with the effects of the happening then going. Yoga becomes a simple but effective way of life. It is beyond all rituals, bindings, rules, but a self imposed discipline. Initially, one definitely needs some guide or guru, but subsequently shares experiences plays the role of guru. Though yoga is a way of life, every individual is expecting different returns from it. Therefore, if one wants to march on this simple way of life, there has to be a definite objective or aim to achieve. Without proper objective, it is difficult to plan the path in ahead. Without planning, achievement of desired results is difficult. Individual objectives or aim may be different or differ, being subjective, but they must be set without fail. On the backdrop of today's situation, objectives of yoga, that of individual may differ. They need to be tuned properly to enable one to join or enjoy this beautiful journey of search. Basic yogic aims and objectives. When we date back to the origin of yoga, we come across total different objectives of it. Yoga was primarily aimed at achieving elevations of mankind from anonymity of divinity. That time, lifestyles were simple and principle based, had limited hassles. Therefore, entire processes of yoga practice was for self-search, self-elevation. Therefore, entire process of yogic practices was for self-search, self-elevation, and trying to get united with the basic instinct which has originated the mankind. The whole effort was to find out the relationship between Atma and Paramatma, the self within and the self or and the self within the universe. Search and elevate the soul was the sole objective of all the yogic practitioners. Unifications of Atma with Paramatma means to use. The objective of yoga was very much existing in its meaning itself. But if we scan through scriptures of yoga, they directly or indirectly reveal the objective of moksha, unmana, and samadhi. All these are very broad concepts and need to be understood properly. Moksha or Samadhi do not have any intentions. Moksha or Samadhi do not have any intentions of running away from life, but to get released from bondage of life and death. Samadhi entails the highest level of passion and focusing of all mental powers. Today's perspective. If one tries to propagate yoga on the basis of its original objectives, no one will pay attention on the face of it. The simple reason for rejection will be outdated or impossible to perform concepts. It may look correct, per se, but if one will try to apply the principle of these objectives in today's practical life, they will fit to perfections. We need a solution today which will relieve us from all the small and big problems, which alternately is moksha or unnati. If we want to apply the original objective in today's time, we need not label them as moksha or unnati or samadhi, but accept them in a pattern which everyone from today's generation will understand. Today, every person, irrespective of age, caste and religion, needs three main things to make his life comfortable at minimal level. These are physical fitness, mental peace and emotional tranquility. These three are the prime important because today's major problems originate from either of them. Let us understand them in detail. Physical fitness. It normally means sound and healthy physical condition. Sometimes it may be viewed as total absence of diseases, which is a very remote possibility. By physical fitness, we mean complete functional efficiencies of all important organs. All the systems of the body work cohesively with perfect coordination can be called as a physical fitness or physical fit condition. One can keep the body fit by consuming certain pills, vitamins or energy boosters for a short while, but for long term fitness one has to have a strong immune system. In today's time, we do not allow our immune system to work due to overuse of the medicine. From small ailments, we use high or heavy medical treatment which weaken our immune system, making us vulnerable. We lack fitness due to the serenity of work culture, absence of exercise and consumption of junk food. Everyone is under the control of no time syndrome, which is the most convenient reason for not doing the things required to maintain the fitness. Some are extremely cautious about fitness and have other extreme sides of behavior. They stretch themselves to such an extent that their efforts to keep them fit becomes the reason of ailments. By and large, proper and controlled eating at right time, simple and regular exercises and sufficient rest are the most important component of the physical fitness. The exercise of any type with regularities can serve the purpose, but all these things need some infrastructure and means which can be an excuse for not doing things or not doing them. Yogic practices can serve the purpose of gaining physical fitness with ease and comfort. Various processes are simple and easy to follow but need a bit of regularity. Asana, pranayam, kriyas, proper relaxation can give the required level of physical fitness. Especially various asanas make the spine and related muscles flexible and keeps the abdominal cavity perfectly in order. The relaxation for some time relieves all the physical fatigues and relaxes mind as well. The cleansing process reduces the internal toxins created by wrong and irregular eating. Thus the physically healthy condition can be easily achieved by regular practice of yoga. Mental peace. Our mind today is in peace, rather in his peace. Our mind today is in pieces rather than in peace. It is because of typical mental setup. Today we really do not understand the meaning of word peace, though we talk about it. Therefore, it is not a subject of discussion, but the experience. How to experience the peace of mind is really a $1,000,000 question. It cannot be achieved by detaching self from the world or getting secluded, but has to be experienced by living in family and sharing the social life. We have lost the peace of mind due to our thinking patterns, which is the most of the time negative. Majority of people think extremely negative when they can think positively. This happens most of the time due to the unforeseen fears, phobias of either past or future. This makes us vulnerable in the present, which can give us real joy or bliss. The negativity of thoughts may be due to the efforts to achieve the things ahead of others, dragging one in the mad competition which is self defeating. The pendulum of thoughts swings from extreme overconfidence to absolute lack of confidence. Both these conditions create mental imbalance and one is deprived of mental peace. There are various ways of getting the mental peace, which again are based on certain means. The superfluous way can be costly and can affect the health badly. Therefore, we need long-term solution which can give us a mental peace of that quality. The different type of yogic practices, though initially practiced on physical level, can make our mind stable along with body. The neuromuscular coordination gets established, which relieves most of the physical and mental tensions. Practice of pranayam plays a key role in stabilizing and controlling the mind, which otherwise is very difficult. Our mind gets disciplined by practicing the asanas and pranayam regularly, which puts us on the path of the real peace within the self. One gets an ability to differentiate between the thoughts disturbing the mental peace and those boosting it. In due course of the time, mental peace does not remain to a need but becomes a privilege. Emotional tranquility. Next is emotional tranquility. We normally understand the importance of emotion but do not value them. It is relevant individual as well as in our behavior with others. It means we must respect self emotions and that of others as well. The problem of emotional tranquility arises because of tendency of refusing other emotions. In today's time, we see emotional outbursts on various levels, which have directly or indirectly impacted on our mind. There was an interesting research on the emotional changes taking place in the minds of people. Survey was conducted globally of the people directly and indirectly affected by instant like earthquakes, Katrina hurricane, 9/11 blast, etc., which gave same of amount of emotional disturbance for all. Today, main problem is obtain or is about expressions of emotion. Due to the speed of life, we do not have time to ponder up on this important aspect which plays an important role in our life. Care, affection, love, protection, respect are some of the common emotions which we find ill expressed most of the time. This happens because we take certain relationship for granted and do not feel it necessary to respect the emotions. Over expressions, under expressions, and ill timed, ill placed expressions of emotion is a peculiarity of today's emotional setup. DISC, double income single child, or DINGS, double income no child. Syndromes is leading to a lot. These syndromes are leading to a lot of emotional disturbance at family level. So many times emotional exploitation has become a typical issue at workplaces, leading to the frustration. The case of is not different in the so-called free societies of Europe and America. In a sample study conducted of humans suffering from breast cancer in Europe, it was revealed that nearly 95% of them had not expressed their emotions with anyone. It is experienced that while finding solution to this issue, the ways and the means used by people complicate the issue more. Yogic practices like pratyahar, dharana, or dhyan are the great use for solving emotional imbalances. The provocation issues can be controlled with the help of these practices. Rather, they empower the person with the sensitivity to understand and respect other emotions and express one's with diligence. Not only physical or mental sadhana, but emotional culturing is equally important. Bhakti yoga is very much suitable and simple to have emotional stability. It gives an opportunity for emotional catharsis, which relieves the mind from emotional pressures and stress. Emotion that is moving the person from inside is necessary. It is possible conditioning the response culture, having direct impact on our emotional setup. Our ability to respond various stimuli plays important role in emotional culture, which can be developed through various facets of yoga. One should be impartially rather than indifferent while expressing emotions. Though for sake of understanding, we have separated the present day objectives of yoga. They are interdependent and complementary to each other. They are related to each other and progress from gross to subtle, that is, from physical to emotional. Disturbance or imbalance in them can be due to any reason, either physical, mental, or emotional. Present day objective of yoga are definitely time subjective but are identical at roots. Proper and regular practices is the only solution to this situation. To conclude the way above deliberation, there is only one composition by Dr. Warnekar which gives the perfect essence. Samadhanaya Saukhyaya Nirogatvaya Jivite. Samadhanaya Saukhyaya Nirogatvaya Jivate. Yogam eva abhyaset pradnya यथाशक्ति निरंतरम. योगम एव अभ्यासेत प्राज्ञा यथाशक्ति निरोधनम यथाशक्ति निरंतरम. It means for contentment, happiness and healthy life, one who is prudent must practice yoga as per capacity with absolute regularity. While studying various aspects of yoga, the sadhaka may have some illusions, bases or misconceptions based on either hearsay or absolute lack of knowledge. They must be understood and removed before initiating the yoga sadhana.